Hello, Rome Runners. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Charles Barton, otherwise known as Viridian in the Discord, and you're watching the Achroma weekly live stream for the 12th of November, 2023. Yes, I did just have to have a glance at the date there. Welcome in, one and all. Hope you're doing well. And obviously, hello to everybody that is watching on the recording, but a big hello to everybody that is watching live now with me. So let's get started by having a look at the question that I posed to you guys at the start of the stream and have a little bit of discussion about that before we get into the main agenda of the stream. So we asked you at the start of this stream, which realm would you want to visit for the winter holidays and why? So this is just a little bit of a fun question to get you thinking, you know, which realm do you reckon celebrates the winter holidays better? So let's go through. So firstly, welcome into Shah and Ulfa, who were here nice and early. Great to see you guys. So we currently have you on the big TV ready and waiting for you. Yeah, I definitely feel like I've made it now, Mum. Welcome in, Taurus. Good to see you. Welcome in, Snake in a Hat. Pleasure to see you as well. Welcome in, Just Cope With It, and OSJ. So Shah was the first one to come in with an answer. So probably Draco, because Altari is so pretty. So Altari is obviously the new set, and they are already in a winter scene anyway. So what you're saying is you'd go somewhere cold for the winter. You want to guarantee seeing snow. I like that. Good afternoon, Just Cope With It, who has come in as well, saying, I think Wishwell. I'm sure the Lakringi trolls would put on a good show. Yeah, I reckon the Norso trolls will probably have a lot of like traditions and routines. You know, they might have like lots of like shows and stuff. I think that'd be quite good. OSJ says, evening, I'd visit Flutterby. I bet they have some great winter markets. That would be very good as well. Yeah, I bet they do have some very nice stuff. I think a few people have agreed with you with Flutterby. Although Snake comes in saying, what maybe Curdle Hill, I think the town would give a Christmas Carol vibe. I'll give you guys my opinions at the end, but I do have some ideas around. Lewis says, yeah, if it snowed, I bet Flutterby would look really pretty. Fireflies lighting the skies, absolutely. Dickon, welcome in. Good to see you. Spirata, it's very colourful, and I would expect them to go overboard with colourful Christmas displays. And oh yeah, Dragons of Their Fire would be nice and toasty. So for me personally, I would go to the Salem Planum, Curdle Hill. So I wouldn't go to fair. I see what you guys mean with Flutterby. I'm sure that the firework displays and everything would be fantastic. But keep in mind, guys, Spirata fairies are like this tiny. So you'd be going to like the Christmas markets and you'd have to be careful not to like tread on them. Like you'd get really nice, you know, some Christmas market food, but it'd be like on the edge of your finger, like, yeah, that tastes nice actually. So you got to consider the size difference here. So yeah, I would say Curdle myself. I think that the magic element of it, they'd have really cool displays. I think it'd be very pretty as well. Hey, Nutritious, was this? No, I mean, it wasn't Christmas chat. It was, I shouldn't have used the word Christmas. It was winter holidays. Where would you want to visit for your winter holidays and why? To get away from rainy England. Welcome in, Nutritious. Great to see you. You're talking about trading on things for Christmas. It's a bit dark. Oh yeah, it is a little bit, but it's the truth. It's the truth. You wouldn't want to be accidentally squishing an entire village just for the winter holidays. It'd be cool to have some cards to show how the different realms spend holidays. That would be quite cool. I can't promise anything, Snake, but that would be quite nice if we could maybe have some like season's greeting cards for Achroma, different realms. That'd be quite cool. But yes, welcome in one and all to the Achroma weekly live stream. So whether you are watching this on the recording or here with me live, or you know whether you've been here for every weekly stream or maybe this is your first, on the right hand side of the screen now is how these streams work. So we're going to be starting by looking at the Achroma news for this week. So anything new that's come out or just news I have to tell you. We will talk about any events that have happened this week and any events that you can expect to see over the next few weeks. We then have what we call the realm and any previews, which we do have some previews today of we're going to look at some of the first previews of the chapter 2 set of Spirata, which is coming out very soon. Then we have what's called the realm table discussion. So that's where we get a couple of members of the community on the stream with me. Today, we've got a couple of the Chroma Guild members, Taurus and Lewis, joining us, where we will discuss some of the previews and we'll also discuss some of the interesting topics that have been going around in the Discord this week. And then we like to finish the stream on the community showcase. So this is where we turn the spotlight on you guys in the community, and we like to show off any fan art that people have created, any palette builds people have created, and this week is going to be a fun one. So last week I asked you guys in the community to create as many Achroma memes as you could and post them in the Discord, and you guys did not disappoint. I have over 50 memes that we're going to be going through on stream today. We'll only be able to spend like 10 seconds on each one, or the stream will end up being hours, but we've got a lot of funny memes to go through. So yeah, that is the idea for the Achroma weekly live stream, so let's get straight into it. Like I said, I'm Charles Barton, otherwise known as Viridian. This is the Achroma weekly live stream for the 12th of November. Let's get started with the Achroma news. Starting with Kickstarter updates. Okay, well, I have to read this in chat first. Fungua in a Santa costume or alternative arts. I mean, it might be a bit too late to do alternative arts for Christmas, but that definitely something we would do in the future. But characters in Halloween costumes, yeah, it's definitely a bit too late to do them now, but I definitely think in the future, Achroma should, I don't know, we should definitely look at doing alt arts that we release during certain holidays. I think that would be very cool, I agree. So the first bit of news is around Kickstarter updates, which I appreciate is not normally applicable to everybody because not everybody joined us when we did the Kickstarter. However, I do have some Kickstarter updates, and I do have some updates that also are also going to be applicable to those that didn't join the Kickstarter as well. So definitely don't tune out. Hey, Rich, great to see you. I'm listening whilst playing. Awesome. Good luck on your games, my dude. So first things first, for those that don't know, in the Kickstarter, we have a small handful of items that are yet to be fulfilled, and I like to give you updates on what's going on with them. So I've got a couple of updates. Firstly, we are working very, very hard to get the merch, the pins and the bags done. We are hoping to get them to your hands before Christmas, if possible. Obviously, as always, folks, you know, it's like saying how long's a piece of string, because it doesn't, you know, we don't control when we get the deliveries in, but we are working very hard, and we think it's reasonable that we can get some of these items to you before Christmas. So that seems like the merch, the pins, and the bags. As for the dice, for those that backed the Achroma Legends and due to get a physical set of dice, we have sent them back to the supplier, and it's with the supplier now. They have our instructions of some of the things we wanted to be tweaked and changed. So we are going to be getting a new set of those being sent to us very shortly, and provided that we are satisfied with them, we can then go ahead and place the final order. So I don't really have an ETA for those, but it's currently, you know, it's in their ballpark. We're just waiting for the next design to come along. And the Voltex sleeves and deck boxes are in the same position, whereby we've done everything we can for them. We're just basically waiting to hear back from the suppliers to go, okay, how long is it going to take to get the products to us? So again, maybe those will be this side of the year, who knows? But we can't really give much more information on those because it's, again, how long is a piece of string? But the one that I wanted to talk about in today's stream the most is the pin badges. So again, those that back the Kickstarter know that everybody who backed the Kickstarter is due to get 2 Achroma pins. However, I have had it confirmed that when we place the order for the pins, we are ordering enough that we will be able to fulfill all of the Kickstarter backers, and then there will be a large handful of them for sale after we've obviously fulfilled the Kickstarter. Now, I don't know if we're going to be, you know, printing these forever, so it might be like a limited edition, get them whilst they're in stock, once they're gone, they're gone. I'm pretty certain it's probably going to be that, because, you know, that's not going to be a regular thing that we stock. But here's where you guys come in. So we need you guys in the community. We are essentially ready to send it off to the printer. The pins are one of the items that we are pretty confident we can have in your hands before Christmas. All we need from you guys is to help us decide which pins to go for. So these are the pins that we've got. Actually, let me get my, I don't know why I didn't get it ready. Let me go get my pin I had, my demo pin. Very rude of me not to have one of the pre-production ones with me. But no, they're really, really nice enamel pins. See if I can get up to the camera there, see if it will focus. You know, really nice coating on the front, so they're not going to, you know, scratch or anything. Very nice little designs. This is the little Fungua one of our favorite characters. But what we want with you guys to do is, we've got a lot of designs, and we cannot send all of the designs to print because it's just too many. So what we want you guys to do in the community is, post stream, I'm going to be putting a poll in the Discord, and we want you guys to vote for the designs that you want to see going to the printer, and we'll then be printing a large handful of those, and obviously then those will be the ones that we fulfill backers with, and obviously sale as well. So would you guys like to have a look at the designs? I'm sure you do. What we got in the chat in the meantime? Welcome in, Adrian. Good to see you. Lewis says, I need some more pins for my collection. Seems awesome. Definitely awesome. I want to get a pin board. Prepared as always. And like I said, yeah, the proper enamel, they're really, really good quality. In fact, of all the Kickstarter products, this was one of the products that actually, when it came back the first time, we were like, okay, yeah, this is great. The only reason why it's been so delayed to get the pins in your hands, folks, is just because the design team were too busy to get the designs done. But now we've hired a new designer, we've managed to get that sorted. So you can see here that the pins are going to change slightly. Rather than it being like just the outskirts of a character, you can see that what we're doing is we're doing like the nice little hexagon with the character built into it. So we're going to be printing an even number of sets from the first 4 sets. So Curdle Hill, Siege Draco Temple, Fall of Flutterby, and Warriors of Wishwell. So we won't be doing any Chapter 2 ones at this time. Maybe we'll do those in the future. And as you can see here, there's a mixture of some of the first edition characters. There's some actions in there. You can even some of the Realm Runners and some of the new objects as well from that chapter. So effectively, what we're going to do is post-stream, I'm going to put the following 4 images. So Curse of Curdle Hill, Draco Temple, Fall of Flutterby, and Norso into the Discord, and everybody is going to get to vote for 3 favorite pins for each set. So you know, if you want to partake, you can do a total of 12 votes, basically your top 3 for each of the sets, and at the end of Wednesday night, whichever ones have the most votes will be going to the printer. Well, to be very clear, the team will be the ones making the final decision on which ones go to the printer, but we will be using the community's votes to kind of choose what we do. Taurus, do not vote Ray. Just go with it. We need a Dexter pin. You know what? That's actually very true. I don't think is Dexter not in there? No, I don't think Dexter's in there. I'll speak to the team. It might be that we do chuck Dexter in there as well. Maybe we do him as like a charity pin, maybe. But yeah, that's a good point. Dexter's not in there. Otherwise, he definitely should be. Yeah, my pin is going to be super limited edition now. Maybe I can part ways with Fungua for maybe like a grand tournament winner at some point. Maybe. Show us the best set of Flutterby. This is going to be such a tough choice. They all look great. They do. They actually all look really, really good. I mean, maybe what we can do is post doing the pins. Maybe we can actually release these as individual images. So if people want to have them maybe as like their profile pictures and stuff, maybe we can do that. Hey, Martin, welcome in. What do we miss? Yeah, we absolutely need a Dexter pin. There is already Dexter pins? Really, Sarah? Where are they? Got my Dexter card this week. Hey, very nice, Adrian. So what you missed, Martin, is we're talking about the pins from the Kickstarter. So these are the proposed pin designs, and you guys in the community are going to have a few days to vote on your favorite 3 pins from each faction, because we're not going to be sending all of these to print because it's just too many designs. So you're going to get to vote on your favorite 3 pins for each of the Chronicles, and we're going to be printing them off. And even if you didn't back the Kickstarter, whereby you're going to get 2 pins, we are going to be making enough of them that when we get them in and we fulfilled the Kickstarter, the rest of them will be kind of a free-for-all, hey, purchase them up sort of thing. We'll probably, you know, depending on the popularity, we might have to limit how many people can buy, just because we don't want somebody just doing a whole scalping situation and buying up all of them. Good question, Lewis. Yeah, originally the Kickstarter were getting 2 at random. I imagine that is still the case, but if that is different, I'll let you know. So yeah, there we go. That is the first thing to mention, folks, is that you will be able to vote on these pins. I know that I'm brushing between these designs quite quickly, but these images will be in the Discord post-stream, so you can take your time to look at them and make a decision. But hopefully you guys are excited about getting these pins, hopefully, like I said, before Christmas, and actually getting to choose them as well. So that is the first bit. We have some, we got them from the shop last year. Oh, are you talking about the circular ones, Sarah? Yeah, let me check DMs. I think I know the ones you're talking about. Yeah, okay. So the ones that Sarah's talking about, those are they're badges rather than pins. So I won't bring up the picture now, but for those that don't know what we mean by that, it's, you know, like, you know, you can get those like badge makers where you get like a piece of, you know, a printed image, a bit of plastic, and you kind of just like pull down a lever and it just stamps it into a badge. We made a lot of those in the past, and I know we made some Dexter of those, but these are, yes, they're the ones from the old collector's editions too. Yeah, these are like, you know, the proper kind of enamel badges. So yes, I still think we should do a Dexter one of those, in my opinion. Anyway, moving on. Those are the pin badges. If you have any questions about those, let me know. Next bit of news. We like to do this every sort of month or so. I like to give you guys a bit of a stock update. Now, obviously, for our unlimited editions and all of our starter boxes, those are printed, you know, as the name suggests, unlimited, so you don't need to worry about those. But for the collectors out there, you guys know that there are what's called first editions. First editions, for those that are brand new to the game, the only difference between first edition and unlimited edition is the first editions have a nice, shiny, what's the word? I always forget the word. Not enamel. Not filament. Someone in chat is going to tell me the word I'm looking for. But it has basically a nice shiny effect. Embossing. Thank you very much. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you, Luna, Lewis, and Martin, and Orpha. Yeah, so it basically has a nice embossed on the front. But yes, the first editions are the limited edition. For those who don't know, we only ever print 1,200 boxes of all of the first editions. So what I'm going to talk through now is the stock levels of all of them. So Curse of Curdle Hill and Draco, we sold out first editions of those a long time ago. You can only now find those on eBay. So our third set, Flutterby, Fall of Flutterby, the Pixies, we only have 76 boxes of those left. So, you know, much less than 10% of those left. And that's individual boxes as well. So if you consider that normally for a full set, you need 3 boxes, you know, there's not very many left at all, only 76 of those. For the Wishwell first editions, we only have 191 of those left. So again, just under 10%. For our Chapter 2 first edition, so Conjuring at Curdle Cove, of the individual boxes, we only have 68 remaining. Of the first edition sets, because we have some of them that are like bundled in sets, we only have 57 sets remaining. So I think that means the total boxes remaining is around, I'm not going to do the complete maths, but that's around 220 boxes in total, but there's some of them are already in preset sets. For Altari, our most recent set, obviously we still have quite a few of those because they only came out, you know, a month or so ago. We have 567 individual boxes and 123 sets. So we've actually still sold quite a lot of those so far, but you know, we have the most amount of those. And when it comes to our Dexter cards, which are the charity individual Dexter cards, again, we printed 1,200 of those. We have just over 600 of those remaining as well. So that is the stock update. So if you're looking for an idea for Christmas, I know it's early and I shouldn't be saying that word just yet, but if you are looking for, you know, gifts for Christmas, or if you are getting into Achroma and you want to try and, you know, get more collectors things, then I would definitely point you towards getting Flutterby or Wishwell, because those are the ones that will go out of stock next. But again, to be very clear, folks, for those that, you know, don't really care about collecting, all of our cards are available unlimited, so you're never going to miss out on specific cards. Cove might sell out before Wishwell. It's very possible, Lewis. Very possible. Yeah, because you suggested first editions for me, so I remember that. Yeah, exactly, Alpha. Exactly. You bought Altari, didn't you? Everyone should own Dexter. It's great in Heroes. Yeah, everyone should own the Dexter's card. I agree with that as well. And it's November. It's not Christmas yet. It's not. I never said it was. I'm just saying people could prepare for Christmas. Cool. So that is the stock update. So next bit of news is just to update you guys with something that's been happening in the Discord. Martin, mine came today. Yes. Oh, yes. It was Dexter. And correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to get the names right in the Discord. It was also your Curdle Hill box that came today, right? But yeah, so for those that haven't seen the update I put in the Discord, we have released a new feature in the Discord for those who want to be aware, and that is a ticket system. So for those that haven't seen, firstly, if you haven't joined our Discord, the link is down below. Highly recommend it. It's family friendly, lovely community, loads of lovely people, and it's the place where you can see all of the announcements first. So what I've brought out is a ticket system. So, you know, we're in a situation whereby as we're growing and growing and growing, there will be times where people run into issues, whether that is issues with their billing, whether that is, you know, a card has been sent incorrectly, whether that is, you know, something on the app not working properly, you know, your account issues, card scanning issues, anything like that creep up occasionally. What we've done is at the bottom of our Discord, we've set up what is called the support tickets forum. So in there, firstly, you'll see that the pinned post in the support tickets forum is a ticket where I've put all of the known issues. So if you know, before actually posting anything, you can essentially see what are all of the issues that Achroma and Romano Studios are aware of, things that we are currently working towards. So that you guys can see in full transparency, what exactly are we aware of and what are we working on. And then if what you are having an issue with is not in that list, you can then submit a support ticket, which will then get picked up very quickly by myself, and I will then pass it on to the relevant team that can help you if I can't. And we will then essentially be able to keep monitoring your ticket until such time we can give it a resolution. You know, previously, before the support ticket system, essentially people would have to DM us, but the issue with DMs is that it can be very easily, you know, things can very easily be forgotten about, things can get missed, we might be bad at giving updates. So this is just a really nice way in Discord for us to be able to monitor, be transparent, and make sure that all the issues get solved nice and quickly. So hopefully you guys, you know, like the fact that that is there now there, and I hope that there's no support tickets that come in thick and fast, because that means there's no problems. But for any issues, folks, that is where to go. What have we got in the chat in the meantime? It looks like some Christmas singing. Too soon. Achroma is the one thing I need. I do not need to hear Mariah. Don't worry, I'm not going to be playing it on the stream. I'll get copyrighted. It's not time yet. Get back to the freezer. Central things is a very good idea. Thank you, Olva. And welcome in, Shaz. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. So, next bit of news. Bring my script back up. Next bit of news is the normal bit of news. Oh, sorry, no. I want more bit of news first before that. Yes, you are seeing a Pokemon card on the screen. So in a nice bit of news, we recently so there's a website called CardGamer.com that does loads of kind of reviews and articles on card games. And yeah, Pokemon Achroma collab confirmed. When? And yes, CardGamer.com, they recently did an article on in their opinion, the top 10 best two-player card games out there. And we're very proud to say that Achroma made that list. You know, keep in mind, Achroma is a very, very small, we're part of Realm Runner Studios, a very small indie company. So to be fighting up there with some of the big boys is really, really good. And, no spoilers here, but when you look at the top 10, Achroma were not at the bottom. We were ahead of some of the AAA ones as well. Yes, we did indeed beat Lorcana. So I have linked the article down below. So if you want to have a little read of the cardgamer.com, their article on their top 10 games, see what they did say about Achroma from a professional reviewer, then please go ahead and check that out. But a nice little bit of news that we have been reviewed by them. It's all good as well. Well done, team. Yeah, Acrom covered Pikachu is coming for you. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I would love to see that. I would love to see that. And then the last bit of kind of news, as it were, is the Spirata Fall promo card. This is the regular bit of news I mention every week. But for those that don't know, we do a limited edition promo card for every season. A season is 3 months in Achroma. And this season, we're currently in the Spirata Fall season, and you can get this Spirata Fall limited edition promo card only during this 3-month period. It is a card that can be used in any of these Spirata Realm Chronicles, of which currently there's only one, but there's another one coming out very soon. Now, the way you can get the Spirata Fall promo card, if you come and see us at any of our events, if you come see us in person, you can get a copy for free. But the reason I'm saying on stream is, for those who don't know, if you spend £30 or more on our online store at achroma.cards or achroma.games, because we're currently swapping between websites, then you will automatically get one of these added to your basket as well. Do we get one of these for going to the GT? Absolutely you do, which I will be talking about in just a moment. Hopefully we can get some more converts in from there. Absolutely, Taurus. So yeah, that is the Spirata Fall promo card. Next then is some of the events to mention. So there hasn't been any events this week, but I will tell you about some of the upcoming events. So to see if any of them are maybe in your area, you can head down to. So every single Thursday at the Five Realms Gaming Lounge in Poole, Dorset, there is Achroma Thursdays from 6 PM till 9:30. It is free to enter, but you can also spend £2 whilst you're there to join the mini event, where they often run little mini tournaments to win some pretty big prizes. You also have, if you are anywhere near the Sheffield area, there is Patriot Games, who is an Achroma stockist. Every Monday at 6:15, they have a Chroma palette practice. It is free to enter. Just come along and play some Achroma games. And same thing at Boards and Sword Hobbies. This is a store over in Derby. Again, this is on Tuesdays at 6 PM. They also have a Chroma palette practice where you can just go there, hang out with some really cool guys, and play some Achroma. So if you live anywhere near Derby, definitely check that out on 6 PM on Tuesdays. So the next event to talk about, I know I've mentioned it a few times on a few streams, but that's because it's very exciting and I will keep mentioning it until the actual date of it, is the next Achroma tournament. Now, this is not a a grand tournament. This is kind of a separate one. Is the tournament being ran at Patriot Games? So again, that shop in Sheffield. It is happening on Sunday, the 19th of November. It's £5 entry. There are some huge prizes, including cash prizes of £100 to the winner, £50 to second prize, and £25 to third place. There is loads of Achroma prizes being given out as well. I won't go through them all this stream because I said it last week, but effectively, there's lots of prizes. You should definitely head down to this tournament if you can make it. You do obviously need to bring your own cards, but it's still going to be beginner friendly, although I would recommend having a look at the Discord and making some custom palettes. Yes, and you can get your tickets down below. The link is down there to pick up your ticket because it is limited entry, so make sure to pick up your ticket now to avoid disappointment. You got your ticket and palette ready for the tournament. Very nice, OSJ. The mini tournaments are covert raid distributions. And who knows, maybe we'll have Spirata Season 2 for GT. Maybe. Very true. So the next event to mention, again, is the one that I mentioned last week. We do have the Achroma London Showcase on the 30th of November. So this is going to be happening in London, Soho. We're going to be revealing more details next week. I appreciate it's getting quite close, but we have to wait till next week to give a few more details. I know people are itching to get their hands on these tickets, but for those who don't know what this is going to be happening in Soho in London. It's going to be free to enter, but you are going to have to put your name on the guest list coming out next week. And it's essentially going to be a showcase giving you guys an ability to come meet the team, get things signed. We're going to be doing some reveals of some new awesome products. We're going to be doing some masterclasses where you're going to be watch some panels by some of the creators talking about kind of the process and things. There's going to be beat the team competitions. There's probably going to be some cosplay as well. It's going to be a really, really fun night, and I will be there hosting it. It is also going to be live streamed, so if you really can't make it, then do make sure to join us on the live stream. It's the 30th of November, which is a Thursday. It's going to be starting, doors open at 6 p.m. I believe the live stream will be starting about an hour or so later, and that's just because I need to drive down to London. But yeah, it's going to be really, really cool. So hopefully you guys can join us. We'll give you more information next week about it, and otherwise it will be streamed as well. Everyone should come to the showcase and see the guild's epic appearance. That will be awesome. Do we know where it is yet? I mean, I know where it's almost certainly going to be, but I don't think it's been technically released, so it will be next week. But it's in Soho, which is a small area in central London. So you know, people can already start planning their journeys and stuff because it's Soho in London. But we'll be giving the exact details next week, just because it's not been confirmed. So I don't think I can say. Well, it has been confirmed, but I don't think I'm allowed to be the one to announce it now. Cool. And then the next event, this is the big news. This only came out earlier today. So we are, again, I mentioned about the Achroma seasons that we do, which is 3 monthly. At the end of every season, we always do a grand tournament, which is usually hosted at our store down at the Five Realms Gaming Lounge. And we now do have the details of it. So Saturday, 16th of December in Poole in Dorset at the Five Realms Gaming Lounge, we are going to be doing the Spirata Full Achroma Grand Tournament. As it says there, it'll be £6 entry. Apologies, I just need to cough. Excuse me. 16th of December, 12 p.m. till 6 p.m. £6 entry. It'll be the usual canvas format. Bring your own palettes. You can see a link down below to where you can see our grand tournament rules, so you can see kind of like how it gets played. Essentially, it's a Swiss style format, but you can follow all of that as well. Diggin, is Bash doing it as well? I have no confirmation of that at this time. It is definitely something that we can look into, but at this time, I have no confirmation either way. Sorry there, folks, bit of a dry throat. But yeah, so it might be at Bash, but I have no confirmation either way at the moment. The only confirmation is that it's that we are doing it at Five Realms. If I have any more information about Bash, I will let you know, Dickon. Welcome in, Heron. Sorry, I got a frog in my throat. Lost track of time and sorting out the little girl's Pokemon cards. That's all right, Heron. Welcome in, my dude. If you can get to Paddington Station, it's like 3 stops on the Bakerloo line. There we go. Perfect. So there we go. That is the Grand Tournament. So yeah, very exciting times. Now, I'm going to be very careful not to go to my next image. I'm going to go back to Curdle Cove. And the reason why is it's normally at this point in the stream that I would go to the previews, the teasers. Now, I do have some Chapter 2 Spirata teasers for you. However, the reason I'm not showing them on stream now is we're actually going to start the Realm Table segment first. And it's going to be, the guys joining me on the Realm Table are going to be reacting to the teasers live with me. So we're going to start the Realm Table segment. So first things first, I'll mention that is the end of the Achroma news events and previews, although we get back to those in a moment. So if anybody has any questions or queries about the news events, then either you can ask me in chat, or you can ask me in the Discord post-stream, or comment on the YouTube channel as well, and I'll see that. Excuse me. But in the meantime, let's go to the Realm Table. So can we get a big warm welcome, please, to Taurus and Lewis? Welcome in both. How are you doing?
Hello, hello. How are you doing?
Good, apart from the fact that I got a frog in my throat. So you guys can introduce yourselves so I can have a drink. Taurus, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit, please?
Yeah, I'm Taurus, I'm Pete, you know who I am, I've been here like 4 times before. Hi, yes.
And you are part of the Chroma Guild as well now.
I'm part of the Chroma Guild now, true.
Yeah.
I have to say that. Brand new initiative, the Avengers or something, I don't know.
Yeah, make Charlie our Nick Fury.
Get the eye patch on now!
Oh, I've just got... Yeah, there we go.
Yo,
there we go.
crazy!
And Lewis, would you like to introduce yourself as well, please?
Yeah, I'm Lewis. I'm also part of the Achroma Guild now. I run the community site achroma.tools. And yeah, I've been on here quite a few times now as well.
Yeah, and I think, as Sarah said, you've got enough cards. I love the... behind, obviously, over both of their left shoulders, you can see their Achroma collections as well, looking nice and full. If I pull back my curtain, you'd see mine as well, but you'd also see all my other merch, which I shouldn't show.
Yeah, I realised earlier that I have 1% of all of the first edition Rise of the Realm Runner cards.
Really?
Calculated, you have exactly 1%.
Yeah.
Nice. Controlling the market for them. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Well, welcome in both. Let's see what we got in chat so far. So, oh yeah, Yellow says, "Don't tell us your voice is going again." My voice isn't going. It's just like a tickle in my throat. Maybe I'm getting a cold. Who knows? And Dickon says, "Sure, it's not fungi on your throat." No, don't worry. He's still here. He's still good. So welcome into both for you both. So we've got a few things to discuss today, and the last thing we're gonna discuss is the teasers. I know I'm being that guy that's like saving the teaser till the end, but we are.
Make sure you stick around until the end of the video, guys.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah, like and subscribe
Don't
first.
you leave early.
Firstly, how has your week been, Taurus? Come to you first. Have you played many games of Chroma?
I've played a couple games with the boys in person. Haven't really managed to get to the pub that often. But I've mainly been working on articles for my new site. Actually, I thought I'd cash in on it, so mainly been doing that. Right. But yeah, pretty good otherwise.
Do you want to take this opportunity to promote your website? You can.
Yes, plug my site, Achromatic Voyager -online because the other domain was too expensive. .com. There are some articles up there. I'm doing like a beginner's series at the moment, so hopefully more and more will be up soon.
Lovely. If you send me the link to it as well, I'll post it in the chat in a moment. I don't think it will allow you to post it in the chat because otherwise it might ban you.
Yeah,
send the link to me in Discord and I'll do that. In the meantime, Lewis, how's your week been? You played many games with Chroma?
A couple of games, not too many. Been a fairly chill week for me. So yeah, but looking forward to getting some more games in soon.
Are you still playing a lot of
showcase?
You're still playing a lot of Achroma Pixies?
Yes, very much so. Achroma Pixies, and there's been a little bit of Spiral because I can play a bit. I can risk getting a Chroma win now, so Spiral can come out occasionally as well.
For me personally, I've actually been having a lot of fun this week with Achroma. So I think as someone who's played Achroma for borderline 2 years now, I really enjoy when I get to teach new people the game or when I get to play with people that are relatively new because it's great seeing almost like everybody kind of figure out some of the really cool combos. So I've been playing a lot of games this week with a couple of my my friends in the Ferry community where they've just got themselves some cards recently. Been playing some 4 and some 6 player games, and it's just been really fun. Mixture of Draco Temple and Altari. I've been playing kind of starter palettes as well to make sure that I'm playing fairly, and Denizens actually won, which is quite nice as well. So it's been good. I wonder who they are.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's nice to see pre-con palettes. Yeah, it's nice to do that. I did have like a week or two ago. I had a sesh where we sat down with the Altari pre-cons and just played against each other with them, just
it's nice to kind of see their power.
Have some fun.
Yeah,
it's new stuff. May as well, mess around before I start deconstructing them.
Absolutely. And yeah, Yellow and Luna says, yeah, I wonder who they are. Yeah, so some of my friends are in the stream as well. In all seriousness, Charlie teaching Achroma has made it a lot more fun to learn. Oh, thank you very much. That's very kind. Let's start this week's Realm Table by talking a little bit about the Chroma Guild. Now, I know we've spoken about them a little bit last week, but obviously you guys have recently joined the Chroma Guild. So, firstly, I would just like to ask you guys, how has, we'll come to Lewis first, then Taurus. So I just want to know a little bit about how has your experience been in the Chroma Guild so far, and how did you enjoy the Comic-Con experience? So you guys obviously were there for it. So, Lewis, come to you first. How are you enjoying being in the Guild?
Yeah, it's really cool to be recognised as someone that they think is important to the community, and so they want to kind of reward that and work with us on that. So yeah, that's really cool. Going to Comic-Con was amazing. I've only been to my local cons. I've never been to a proper one in London or anything before, so that was awesome seeing all of that, having a browse around, and the Achroma stand, every time I went past, was just packed as well, so that was really good to see. Yeah,
it's a shame because I wanted to actually come and play some games with you guys and say hello, but it was really busy, but obviously, yeah, that was great. But yeah, so for those that don't know, essentially the Achroma Guild is like a select group of the community, which we will be adding more into over time, by the way. It's not going to be completely exclusive, which is essentially it's community members that are going above and beyond between their content creation and just generally activity in the Discord at being kind of those shining stars in the community to, be passionate about the game and onboard new players as well. So Taurus, how have you found it so far and Comic-Con?
Well, to be honest, the only thing that's really happened with it at the moment is the whole Comic-Con thing, which was still really fun. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes beyond this. But this is like my third or fourth Comic-Con in London now, so I've sort of locked in exactly how I go about it. It's just scheduled every year. We do exactly the same thing with the boys. But it was nice coming down and actually having a purpose to be there instead of just buying up a whole load of art. And like Lewis said, the Chroma stand was always full. It was really nice seeing that you guys had a proper big stand rather than just
really
one
nice.
of the little artist alley booths, which is cool. But yeah, I'm happy that I got my big oh, that's the wrong shoulder. My big realm box for free, which is really cool. It's all still in there. I haven't really it's all there.
I'm so jealous of those boxes. So I know that a lot of people that have got into the game recently have bought those lovely big deluxe boxes. I really want one of them because they are a beautiful box, but I'm pushing myself to not buy one because I've already got 2 copies of all the cards. I don't need more cards, but I want the box. But no, awesome.
Yeah, I've got my Norso one, which I kind of want a Draco, but I will take any of them. And to be honest, I think I'm kind of in the minority. I like the Norso arts, just like the forest with the one dude there.
Yeah,
I've heard some people say that they like the other artwork more, but I'll take it. I like it.
Before Altari and Cove came out, I genuinely said Wishwell was my favorite artwork. Full stop. I agree with you there.
Damn, handshake. Let's go.
So, and have you guys you've both been, as part of the guild, you've both been invited to the showcase as well, am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, we've been invited up there.
Yeah. Are you guys able to go?
We're doing a panel there as well, so that should be pretty cool.
Very nice.
I'm very much looking forward to that. We don't really know what's happening at the moment, just that we're going to be there,
week,
but looking forward to hearing what we can get involved with.
Absolutely. But yeah, so that welcome, obviously, let me formally welcome you guys to the guild as well. So the main, one of the main topics I want to talk about this week is something that has been discussed. It's come up a few times in the Discord, and I'd appreciate you guys in chat joining in with this topic, because it'd be great to get a bit of a community feel on what people want with this. And that is the idea of single cards. So to kind of set the scene a little bit, and then we'll go around and talk about people's opinions on it. So right now, let's say that you really liked the card Breath of Fire in Draco Temple. It's a very, very powerful card. Breath of Fire, it costs 4 shards. You can erase a character and a location. It's a great card. You can only get that card if you purchase the Denizens palette. So £20. So if you only wanted 2 more Breath of Fires, you would have to spend £20 to buy this box, and you're also going to get a lot of extra cards, which are really cool cards, but cards you maybe didn't need. So there's been a lot of people that have said there is the want for simply buying individual cards. Now, I've got a few things to mention myself, but let's come to you guys first. So, Taurus, what's your initial thoughts on buying single cards? What from a community point of view, what's the pros, what's the cons, what's your thoughts on it? And then feel free in chat to put stuff in the meantime. We'll come back to comments.
Yeah. I mean, I already see Shah saying, "I want more Sintamani stones." No, bad meta abuser. No. I think there's no real downside, honestly. apart from like printing logistics and other such sort of back-end business things, from the community perspective, there's no real downside. We get more cards that we want. Realm Runners makes more money. It's just it just makes sense. And like you said, there's always going to be I don't want to say junk cards, but cards that people don't necessarily want to put in every single deck, like a Breath of Fire or a Breath of Ice or whatever. It just makes sense. And even with the back end stuff where you might have more cards left over than you might need, some people might just have a favorite card that they just want to have and get graded for whatever reason. So it just lets you do that.
Yeah, very true. Over to you, Lewis. Anything to say for yourself about single cards?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things with Achroma is obviously it's smaller compared to other games, but when you look at things like Pokemon, Magic, etc., and yes, it is all secondary market, but the singles market there is huge because there are cards that you just want extra copies of. Like, I've got all of this full of Flutterby here. I still need more full palettes. I don't need any more of the rest of the stuff, but I just need more full palettes for all of my decks. So it'd be nice when I just buy some of those.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Yeah, when you look at other card game companies, it is secondhand market, but the issue is Achroma isn't currently big enough to realistically have. I see so many posts in the Discord which people saying, I want a Draco promo card, I want a Curdle promo card. The promo cards you now can't get anymore, but nobody's really willing to sell them because unless people are selling up their boxes, going, hey, I'm not playing Achroma anymore, selling my cards. If there's probably never going to be a secondhand market for Fireballs and Breath of Fires because people that have them and they're actually still playing the game need them as well.
It's a problem that kind of gets solved by something else that we've talked about. I think I don't know if it's been discussed on stream, but the whole booster pack thing.
We have had a discussion about boosters before. Yeah,
that's where it gets sorted because then people are like, oh, I've bought a booster to get cards that I want, but I've got these ones left over. I can start the secondhand black market trade or whatever for black market synthesis and money stones, I guess. But something that I saw in chat. Who was it? Rich says
single cards to update out of date cards.
That's genius. That's actually genius.
I still like to see an errata pack printed where you just get you buy one pack and you get every card that's been errated in.
I mean, there was only I think, correct me if I'm wrong, there was only so for those, to give a bit of context for those that are new to the game, back in January this year, we made some card erratas to a few cards that needed a significant buff or needed a significant nerf. We take errata in cards very seriously because we don't like the idea of people having cards that, don't do what they say on the card. For anyone suddenly wondering, oh damn, have I got any cards that don't do what they say they are? If you have any cards that are unlimited edition, you have the most recent copy. If you have first editions of Curdle Hill, Draco, Flutterby, or Wishwell, you might have a couple of cards that have been errated. There are articles on our website that show them all, and our card database online also shows the cards as well. But I think, correct me if I'm wrong, there was only actually about six cards. I think there was only about 6 cards that actually had a complete change, as in like their abilities changed or their resolve changed. And then I think there was about another 10 cards where they had their status updated to heroic, so you couldn't have 2 of them on your canvas. And then although there were a handful of other changes, they were all just like clarifications rather than changes, makes the card word easier. Yeah. But I do agree, if we did do singles, having like a pack of like, hey, you want just the errated cards? Here you go, that would be quite good.
That would be very useful, especially for people who do value having like the most up-to-date cards and don't want to keep everything in their head all the time. Can't just be encyclopedic. I can imagine anything at all times. So
let's see what else chat is saying. So OSJ says, buying single cards would be great for making it easier to get specific cards for a palette build. Or with the Chroma Legends, you might want single cards as well. That's very true.
That's true.
Nutritia says, I think it's a great thing for community. Business-wise, probably problematic, but environmentally a good thing. Yeah, I'll talk about that in just a moment. I'll be the businessman today, talking about the business side in just a moment. Just Cope with this said, I've just seen that the shop, you can buy them. The legendaries have been 20 plus. So the things you can buy. So yes, we do actually have single cards for sale right now. But those are alt art. So the only single cards we're selling at the moment is the alt art cards. But what we're not selling single at the moment is just your regular cards. So that's where the discussion is today.
To start an alt-art monopoly.
Yeah.
Buy them up.
Snake says, I've seen it with websites and MTG where you can buy a deck that you build as separate cards. Oh, I see. So you'd still be spending £20 for a palette, but you get to almost mix and match the cards you want. Okay.
You can stack your deck up. Yeah.
Yeah. So welcome in, Ashley. It's been a while since I tuned in the stream. Hope you're doing well. Great to see you. But yeah, so I'll mention then. I'll be the one to talk about the business side. So again, to kind of give, to make sure everybody is, really understanding, especially new players, like we are a very small company. Less than 15 people work for Realm Runner Studios, and many of those people are very like, take my role in Realm Runner Studios. I only am actually contracted 10 hours a week. My job is the community side. I talk to you guys in the community. I feedback the community. I'm not there actually designing cards and stuff. So the actual team that are actually doing the main designing is quite small. And the point I'm trying to make is that with Realm Runner Studios, I can't stress enough that the money that we make from selling cards pretty much goes straight back in to designing new cards and getting new cards printed. We don't really have like spare money. And when it comes to the printing runs, obviously to make it affordable for us, we do bulk printing runs. So we do, we only do prints like once every like 3 to 5 months and get a new big bunch of cards. So the issue with singles is we can't just print the cards that we think are going to be popular, because we could print, right, everybody's going to want Sintamani Stones, Fireballs, Breath of Fires. We could then print loads of those, but then if those don't actually then sell, we've just got loads of individual cards we're never going to need. Mm-hmm. And alternatively, if we just continue printing how we currently do, which is also, has the music stopped? No, it's just a quiet bit. It's a quiet bit. It will kick back in. This is a blend of all the lo-fi, so clearly it's just a transition.
Nice.
But yeah, if we sent it off to the printing in the same way we do currently, where we just get, the quantities of all the cards normally, the issue is if we then sold out of Breath of Fires or, Breath of Ices, we then wouldn't, we'd have loads of cards that we then couldn't use because no one's buying them individually, and nobody would be then, we wouldn't be able to build more of these. So there is the logistical issue of, and cost for an indie company that we can't print enough cards to sell singly without there then being both environmental waste and monetary waste of cards that then inevitably just won't sell or we won't be able to get out the door. And I guess the only counter to that would be booster packs. And I know we won't go too much into booster packs in today's stream, but I will say for those that missed it, it was a few streams ago we discussed it. I think the end result for booster packs would be, if Realm Runner Studios ever did booster packs for Achroma, it would be a separate thing on the side. For those that want to open booster packs, there'd be no cards in the booster packs that are like hidden behind a paywall sort of thing, because that's very much not what we want to do.
Mm-hmm. I do have another solution for the whole you've got too many cards that people don't want to buy now. There's always going to be that one guy that wants to collect all of just this one random card, Cave Spider Extraordinaire, or
they just want to buy up all of them.
Yeah, there's always going to be that. I mean, you can't, clearly it's kind of a meme, like you can't rely on that, but there will always be that dude that just wants all of the Awaken the Guardians cards or whatever.
So no one else can have them.
No, give them all to me.
Also, you can also do things.
You can
also do things like making it so only certain cards are available as singles. Whether that's maybe legendaries you can't buy as a single, you have to buy a palette to get legendary, or maybe the rares as well. But even just having commons and uncommons as singles opens up these options quite a lot.
It does,
and also, from what I've seen, they seem to get boxes individually of like 1,200 of the same card, and then they build the palettes from there.
Yes.
So in theory, they could be like, right, we'll take 600 of these out for singles, and we've got 600 left for palette building, and then when we get low of the single stuff, we can then order another box of full palettes on our next set of orders. So that way, if you run out of single stock, that's tough luck. You have to wait till we get some more in.
Yeah. And the only other thing to mention about singles, and by the way, for those that don't actually know those new to game, if you want to say hello to Jack Constantine, who's just joined the chat, welcome in, Jack. Jack is one of the masterminds behind Achroma. In fact, one of the co-founders. Welcome in, Jack. Good to see you. We're just discussing the possibility of singles and how people would like to see that. So again, I will also take the business end here. The other thing to mention about singles is that, right now, the value, especially when you compare it to other card games, and I will mention like Pokemon and Magic the Gathering, the fact that you're getting, 40 cards in here for 20 quid is genuinely massive value. If we were to sell singles, what wouldn't happen is it wouldn't be a case of, okay, well, that's £20 worth of cards, so divide 40 cards by 20. Okay, well, we'll sell every card in there for 50p. That isn't how it would work. Because of the printing costs we have, it would be that, you're kind of not very... the not very strong commons and uncommons, they might be just a quid per card or something like that. But, some of the more frequented cards, the cards that sell out more quickly, or the cards that are, more rarities, they might end up being, £5-6 a card, which by the time you buy 4 of those, you may as well have just bought 1 pallet and just get the extra card. So it's again, it's one of those, is the grass greener on the other side, whereby we suddenly start selling singles, have the prices slightly higher, and people then complain saying, that's too high for that card, I could just spend £20 and get them. Oh, go buy that
It's
box.
a question of what people want out of the single cards.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and how you value. Like, if you said full pallets are £2-3 each, you'd be like, cool, I'll buy 5 of those. Because before I was buying a pallet box just to get 2 full pallets. So I'm basically spending £10 a card. So if I can buy them at £3 each and just buy 6 of those, then that's great.
Exactly.
And then they're still making, I assume, a fairly good markup, charging £3 for a single card as well.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, absolutely.
The work is sort of being done for them on the valuation as well, because we as the community ascribe high value to specific cards like full pallet or whatever,
that is
maybe like Abundance of Quintessence or whatever. Those cards get priced higher just by us liking them more.
So I was going to say, that's a really good question for you two in the Chroma Guild. And again, you guys in the chat, feel free to answer. Let's say we did print single cards. If we did actually, I don't like this term in business, but if we did mark up cards that, like, the cards that we know are going to sell out too quickly, or, people might just hoard, like, again, Breath of Fire is a great example. If Breath of Fire was 3 times the cost of, let's say, a Curdle card that barely gets played, I know Delilah's Concoction doesn't get played very often. If Fireball was 3 times the cost of another uncommon card, would you guys have any issue with that? Or would you think that's relatively fair as long as it's not like a silly markup? I think
that's no different to the way singles markets works in every other card game anyway.
It's pretty fair.
Card, the more playable ones are much more expensive than the ones that aren't played as much.
Exactly, and it does open up that little niche for, I want to be that weird dude with all the cave spiders or whatever. So having those cards be cheaper just makes it more accessible if you do want to be a collector. Yeah. And then the people who are actually super invested in the game, like us, who want to be buying up those quote unquote meta cards, you pay the price for it. It's how it is. Like I have Pokemon cards lying around that aren't good cards. I just like them. So
yeah, so I think to kind of like finish on the singles, and yeah, Jack has said as well, loving the discussion. I think singles are in the future. Great to hear options of how it can be done. So I can't stress enough, folks. This is why we do these realm table topics. It's great to kind of, have a community driven opinion on potential directions we might take, so we can kind of make sure that if and when we do these decisions, we make sure we do them right. I think are we kind of in agreement then, guys, and goes in chat, that essentially nobody doesn't want singles. It's just that we're all in agreement that there has to be a good balance between giving the community the option to buy them at a reasonable price, whilst giving Roma Studios a way of not wasting money by having cards that are sat there, never being put into pallets, never being bought. And obviously the environmental factor, because Roma Studios are very environmentally friendly as well, so we don't want waste. So if we can find a healthy balance between that, looks like most people would be happy.
I do have one more thing, I think, I've just thought of. Singles market also opens up more possibilities for aftermarket cards, because if certain people who are knowledgeable about the game buy singles, they can make their own meta packs effectively to then resell to people.
So what you're saying is you're saying that there might be an interest in people, buying 30 cards from the singles market, building them into a 30 card palette and saying, hey, for a slightly marked up price, here's my deck. You're paying a premium because you're getting the palette out of the box ready to go, but you're basically selling you're basically selling your version of the palette.
Or not even just that. Like, here's a little pack of meta cards. Like, here's assuming rare cards do get added to the singles market. Here's a couple of Sintamani stones. Here's a couple of whatever's, it's just a little booster pack effectively of just quote unquote good cards.
Okay.
I do love the idea of, as content creators, having the option of creating a deck list with a link that takes you to the Chroma shop and has here are the cards in this deck, add them to your basket.
Yeah, and then use my code sort of thing. Yeah, very cool. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's read a couple of other comments out, and then we'll go to the reveal, because yes, folks, don't forget we do have the Chapter 2 Spirata reveals today, or a couple of reveals. Firstly, Snake said got to go. Goodbye, Snake. I didn't see you there. Ashley said maybe there's a short-term plan for like a community survey, what cards people are missing. That's not a bad idea, Ashley. Asking people to bit of survey, which cards would you buy first, sort of thing, kind of get a bit of an impact. Although I'd imagine that a lot of people would be like, don't put Sintamani Stone, make it seem like we don't want it, so then the price will go down. What else we got as well? Rich said, if replaced out-of-date content, I would pay for them. I mean, any singles that we do print and do, Richard, it would 100% be unlimited edition, meaning they would be the current version of the card and they'd be unlimited edition, so without the embossing. So yes, they would replace out content. Shah actually likes the idea of booster packs. I actually have changed my mind on booster packs. I like the idea of them as long as we never make it so that there are cards in the booster packs that are hidden in the booster packs that you can't obtain in the singles market or in the regular packs, so that there's no, like, basically there's no gambling to be able to find that one card otherwise.
Like I said, I think I'll just go back with that quickly. I think it's fine to have cards in the pack that you can get into packs if they're like alt art versions. So
no core cards.
If there's a full palette that's only in a pack, that's fine, because I can still get the regular full palette by buying the single or the deck.
Yeah, you can have like foils and stuff like that, but just not not core cards. Yeah.
Agreed.
Olfa said, yeah, it's a good option. People want specific cards, a happy medium. Just Covert said, the fact you can only have a max of 2 card per deck, I don't see why meta packs would work in a sense. Shaz agrees. Rich says that's fine. Antonomy, welcome to the stream, says, I think as the card pool gets bigger, cards like Fireball will almost be necessary to have as singles, as other cards might get slightly outdated. Yeah, very true. But actually, something we haven't discussed, and I do want to get onto the reveal shortly, but I know that me, Lewis, and Taurus were mentioning this before the stream started. Don't forget, guys, that, and yes, I am going to have my Realm Runner hat on when I say this, don't forget that Achroma is the evolving card game where it's one collection, many ways to play. You know, we've literally just brought out Chroma Legends in the last few weeks, and that is obviously developing as we go. You know, it might be that there are particular cards that don't really get played with in competitive scene of a Chroma canvas that in Achroma Heroes people use all the time. So suddenly there might be a card that gets used more. And, you know, we are going to be bringing out more game modes for Achroma as time develops. You know, again, we are going to be introducing these new games. And as these new games develop, still using your same cards to play, suddenly that one card that just never got to see the light of day might suddenly become the next meta card. You just don't know. So I guess that is kind of in good preparation by getting the singles market. And then Shah says, yes, I like that you can also make a draft at a cute game. Very good. All right, so let's get on to our last topic then. So thank you very much, folks, for those that chatted there about the singles. That's really good feedback. You know, I've seen it, the team's seen it. You know, if and when we do bring out singles for the rest of the cards, that's really insightful feedback that we can use to make sure we do it right. So next then, folks, is the moment that a lot of you have been waiting for. So what we're going to do is we're going to have, let's go to this scene here. Don't worry, I know we can see double of you at the moment, but it will disappear in just a moment. No. In fact, if I bring up this now, actually, there we go. Scene. Yeah. So what we're going to do is I've got a couple of first reveals of the Spirata Chapter 2, which is due to come out later this season in December. Now, this is the first reveal, so it is a little bit cryptic, but what I've got for you guys is I've got 2, I believe, legendary cards where what you're about to see is the silhouette of the character. So we're only getting the silhouettes, and have a little think. So, are we ready? Here is the first one. I'm going to just go quiet. You guys can discuss it, because I've seen the...
I'm leaning forward.
Here we go, here's the first one.
Ooh. That's giving me Pixie vibes.
Serrano?
Like... Yeah, but Serrano doesn't have wings, so unless he's got wings somehow. Yeah. But it is, I mean, it could be Spiral or someone related to Spiral or something, but it definitely is giving me that Spiral wing feel.
So I'll say some of the first things I saw. So I'm getting some comments in chat. So Charlie, you tease. Pixie Vampire. OSJ says I'm getting some kind of undead Pixie. Definitely Pixie. So I agree that it's definitely a Pixie. And to be very clear, folks, I have not, just like always, folks, I don't get shown the cards so I can react with you guys. So I do not know anything about these characters. So the first things I noticed is it looks like the character might be bold. I don't know why that makes a difference, but it looks like kind of bold with kind of the hair at the side. So I think this is going to be like an elder character. I personally don't think this is a character we've already seen before. Hey, Tati Von T's in the chat. Everyone feel free to say hello to Tati. That is Rachel Constantine, one of the masterminds around Achroma. So the one thing that I see about this image, again, because I'm trying to debunk it too. Not debunk it, what's the word? Figure out. Is we all know that in the current lore of Spirata, fairies have wings, and when they are corrupted by too much Achrom, they lose their wings.
They lose their wings.
So pixies become wingless. So the fact that you kind of got these quite dark-looking wings, but these holes in them, I get the vibe that this is either the pixies that have found some way to redevelop their wings, almost like they've like found a way to kind of use Achrom to kind of like regrow wings, but they're kind of corrupted. Or what we've got here is a character who is mid-transition, as it were. They are turning to the dark side, as it were, and this is them with the mid-process of losing their wings. That's what I'm thinking.
No, that makes sense. I mean, one thing, he is bald, so it does make sense that he's like a legendary character. Because like he's clearly got so much power that he can't have his hair. But
that's what's going on with me as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's why I'm so good at the game.
Lewis, you didn't hear? We put you into the game.
Oh, no way. Something that occurs to me is that it might be like re-chromerizing or something, where it's like
Re-chromerizing.
Effectively like an undead pixie, but instead of being like brought back to life, they've got their color back.
Yeah,
or
this could be a Chroma legendary.
Or they're stealing win. No, I'd say that would be more accurate if it was an Achrom win, but it was a Chroma win.
Yes, don't forget Chroma won this season, so the cards. I mean, we don't know.
Chroma did win, but I mean, we still got stuff like Otrix and stuff in Cove. So
yeah, there's still got to be Achrom characters.
So.
Yeah, there's going to be a fully Chroma set. Okay, so do you want to see the next one?
Yes.
Now the next one,
overthinking time.
I'll let you guys say first, but I've got some points on the next one.
That's Spiral.
That's what I thought.
100% that is Spiral. I can imagine him. He's right there. That is Spiral.
That is Spiral.
I don't like the background color on that. That's making me think he's gone neutral.
I mean, I think that is just the silhouette. Yeah. Well, actually, I mean, are we reading into the background color?
Cane sword.
Why
is man holding his cane sword?
Did Spiral have
he's about to smack people?
No, he didn't.
Did he have a cane before?
No.
Has anybody have has any character that we can think of had a cane? Has he maybe stolen someone's cane?
Serrano.
Serrano has a
sword. Serrano have a cane?
Wait, did he have a sword or a cane?
No, Serrano has a cane, so he could be holding Serrano's.
I'm gonna have to get my cards. 1 second. You guys keep
wait,
talking.
Wait. We're overthinking, guys. Let us cook. We are overthinking this because he definitely has a sword. But doesn't.
I'll obviously have to promote the binder, obviously.
Craven has a sword. Serrano has a cane.
Oh, no, Serrano, sorry. Yeah, Craven. Yeah. No, I'm dumb.
So let's have a little look here. So
that is 100% Spiral. There's no question in my mind about that.
And you can see his like greasy hair.
So there's Serrano for those that don't know.
Serrano
does have a cane. He
does. Has it got the little hook bit at the top?
Well, we can't really tell because you see it from the front.
You can't really tell from the angle.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah,
it could be like it could be like turned to the front like that.
Yeah. And also, the only other thing with Spiral is let's look at his wings for a moment. Are they?
No, they're very much matches his wings pattern.
Yeah.
Enhanced.
There's no way it's not Spiral.
That's 100% him.
If Spiral has turned good, I am leaping.
I'm gonna get to focus.
So real. Quit the game. God, it does feel like a sort of Spiral thing to do like the edgy flying pose with one leg up.
Oh, sorry. Tay says greasy hair, harsh. Wait, who said greasy hair? Was that one of you guys?
Me. I said greasy hair. He just strikes me as the guy to be really greasy. I don't know.
Oh, brilliant. So yeah, so we can't forget this has been a Chroma win. So it'll be really interesting to see. Yeah, are there some Achrom characters that have kind of come re-chromerized?
What about Copper? Joss Decken says. Ooh.
Yeah, who knows? So these are the only two.
I don't think it's Copper. The hairstyle doesn't match.
I mean, maybe Copper's grown her hair out. No. I agree. I'd be very surprised if that wasn't Spiral, or it could be like Spiral's lost long twin. Who knows? But yeah, very exciting. So yeah, these are the only two teasers I have for you this week. Now we are, leading up to Spirata Chapter 2. Now we will be doing some more teasers and reveals, obviously coming up. But I didn't even think about the background of this, Lewis. The fact that that one is the kind of the darker. I'll go full screen for a moment. That one's sort of the darker background, and that one's lighter. So you're reading into that.
That's the neutral color.
You think Spiral's gone good?
I think at the least he's gone neutral.
Maybe it could be that like Spiral has like risen up against his father, King Craven, and almost like gone, no, father, what you're doing is wrong. Shut down the factories and stuff.
It does say on Spiral's card he can change side at a moment's notice.
So there we go. Who knows? Now, obviously, as a reminder as well, for those that don't know, with the fact that Chroma won in the Spirata season, at some point during the season, we will be, revealing a short story or narrative which will explain what has actually happened in the lore. And as you can imagine, some of these cards, they will have been adapted, changed, evolved is the keyword we use, with how that worked as well. What else have we got in the chat? Let's have a little look. I'm all for Chroma wins. Sorry, not sorry from Ulfa. Yeah, Darth said it's almost like dragon-like wings. I think you were referring to that one, I think. Yeah, I do agree. That's almost like Drake dragon wings. Tati says, really disappointing win for the light. Yeah, we all know that Rachel loves the Achroma wins. Yeah, everyone agrees that looks like this one looks like Spiral and looks like Serrano's Cane. Could be the Copper Joss has taken Serrano's Cane, maybe. Klaus von Murtho has a staff. Very true. I mean, hey, maybe the team has done a bit of cross with Curdle here. Who knows? The other picture is King. You think that's King Craven? You think that's King Craven? Okay, I have to look at my King Craven now. I mean, I've looked at him a dozen times, but now
King
I have to.
Craven doesn't have the bits on the side, does he? He's just completely bold.
Is he completely bold?
Yeah.
He doesn't have like the monk gamer headset hair.
Yeah.
It's just,
The monk gamer headset.
Why do you not describe it as that?
Like it could be Serrano. We don't know what Serrano's hair looks like.
True. He is under the hood.
So for reference,
I think it gives me a very Serrano vibe because he's got the giant, like, Dark Lord of Evil robes.
And I do wonder how well they can conceal their wings. Maybe Serrano was hiding wings under his cloak the entire time.
Yeah. I also think looking at King Craven and his alt art, he is very much a military man, isn't he? I don't think he's a robe wearer.
No.
He's very much a medals and everything kind of chap, isn't he?
Yeah. Rach says it's made my job very difficult as she always prepares for an Achroma win. Well, actually, you know what? If Jack's still in the chat, I know that if you don't mind me asking, I know that Jack was the one that took the lead on the lore writing for the next season, which is Wishwell. Out of interest, Rachel, I know Rachel, you're always going to say Achroma side, but if Jack is still in the chat, Jack, considering that Wishwell was kind of your child, which side do you want to see Wishwell win? I'll be interested to know in the meantime. But anyway, what else we got in the chat?
Also, Rachel, if you just let Achroma win anyway, we'll forgive you. It's fine.
True. I'm going full 50-50 next season. I have no stake. I'm playing full chaos.
Awesome. Could it be Dr. Hugh? I mean, if Achroma won, possibly Dickon, but I'd be surprised if they went there.
His wings aren't like that either. He's got regular fairy wings.
But they could be
Joss that has weird wings that we've seen so far. Because Copper Joss's wings are just like Spiral's wings.
Yeah, Joss and Spiral have the strange wings, but...
And as well, Josh Cope says, I'm still saying this is Achroma's version of Palpatine. Maybe. But
Unlimited power.
So I have no idea whether these are... I have no idea whether these are the legendary... I presume they're legendaries, but these might be rares. These might be uncommons for all we know. But there we go.
Imagine getting a character downgraded all the way to like a common card. How depressing would that
King Craven
be?
is a common card.
King Craven smacked common card. Deal with it. How awful.
Martin says, can I
6 cost common.
Can I do the voiceover for the lore story? I can't wait for the time we ever do like any kind of like videos and stuff. That would be great. And yeah, Rich says, I'm always twisting the narrative to be biased to Achroma, but it's getting more difficult. Brilliant. Well, there we go. So those teaser images will be in the Discord post-stream should you wish to kind of talk about them anymore, folks, and do a deep dive into them. I'm sure some of the content creators will enjoy doing that as well, getting all of the theory crafting in there. And we'll be revealing obviously more cards and more teasers as the weeks go on. We sometimes tease things in Discord first, so I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't say make sure to join the Discord with the link down below, folks, because that is where you can see some of the teasers first.
Jack, overthinking, analyze everything, take everything literally.
Absolutely. And Jack said, I think Wishwell, I'd love to see Norso Traders ending, a perfect balance. You know what? A few people in the Discord have said, Jack, that they'd love to try and get a perfect win at the end.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah. I'm doing the same thing that you did, I think, in Curdle, Charlie, where it was...
You fight for the side that's losing.
No. I can't remember when you did this, but you fight until you get a Chroma win, and then go Achroma until you get an Achroma win. And then...
Oh, I see. You make it so that your win counts are always even. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I want to do that because it's funny.
Nice. Awesome.
I would like to see it maybe change as it'll be a perfect 0-0 for the neutral wing.
Maybe like within a 30 bracket or something. Yeah.
It'll be so hard to get exactly neutral.
Yeah.
So.
We'll see. But in the meantime, Lewis and Taurus, thank you. That had actually been about half an hour. I thought today's Rum Table segment might be a bit shorter, but that was really good talk. So thank you very much for joining us both. Obviously, we had a great chat about the singles, good chat about the teaser, and just nice little chat about the Chroma Guild as well. I'll give you one more opportunity to. I appreciate you're both content creators, so do you both want to do one more plug before you go? So Lewis, do you want to tell the community about your about what you do for the community?
Yep, so I run Achroma.tools, so you can go on there to read my articles about decks, etc. I also have a deck builder, a character builder, and a few other tools on there as well.
Lovely, thank you. And Taurus, do you want to promote yourself one more time?
I run achromaticvoyager-online.com. I don't do such crazy things as deck builders and things like that, but I write articles, and more things will be coming in the coming weeks, hopefully.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much, guys. If we can get a round of thank yous in chat, please, for Lewis and Taurus. Thank you very much for joining me on the stream, folks, as always. And I will see you in the next one, I'm sure, or just in chat shortly.
Wait.
Thank you as always. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Now, for those that are in the stream, don't worry, we're not ending the stream just yet. We have some more to go. So because that is not the end of the stream, we now have what we call the Community Showcase. Welcome in, Dan. Good to see you, mate. So this Community Showcase, now, okay, Jack, Dan, and Rachel, I hope you guys are going to be sticking around for another 5 minutes or so, because do I ever have a really fun community showcase for you guys? So this is where we turn the limelight on you guys in the community. And last week, I asked you guys to create as many Achroma memes as possible, and you guys did not disappoint. So we are going to be having a look at those in this in the community showcase. Before I do, I'd firstly like to mention the fact that we have gained a few new members in the Discord this week. We're up to 594. So if you are one of those new members that's joined, welcome in. Pleasure to have you in the community. If you've not yet joined our Discord, again, the link is down below. We will do a small giveaway when we reach 600 members in the Discord. So if we gain just 6 more members, we will do that. So ask your friends, get everybody in, and they could win some Achroma cards. Before I talk about some of the memes, I always like to promote the content creators out there. All of the links that I'm about to mention are down below. And again, in no particular order, I just happen to read them out as I've got them listed. So there is dracotemple.com. Echo runs a article website where he does loads of really good articles that help new players. This week, he has done an article explaining some of the previous cards that have been errated. So if you want to kind of see what changes were made back in January, you can have a little read of that. We've also got, obviously, we've already mentioned Achroma.tools. That's also linked down below. We've also got Playing Achroma at blogspot.com. So this is a article website ran by Ricky in the community. I think I've put a link to their link tree down below, because they now do an Instagram, they've got YouTube, they've got a blogspot. But essentially, they do loads of content as well. This week specifically, they've done a video talking about the lore behind Pixie Prison. And they've also done some meme videos as well, which are quite funny. So definitely check those out. We've had Antonomy, blogspot.com. He's done a new article on Sintamani Stone and the uses of that. He's done an article on the keyword divert and how to make the best use of that keyword, and also an article on a custom curse palette. So if you're looking to utilize the keyword curse a bit better, check out his articles down below. And we've also had some new articles from Wishworld Traders, who is a YouTube channel. He's brought out a new YouTube short, again with some Achroma memes, and also did a new video going into depth of the lore of the Curdle Cove card, so definitely check out that as well. But you guys came here for the memes, so let's go through the memes. Now, I'm going to be honest, you guys did great. You have done a lot of memes. I have a total of 51 memes to go through. So to be very clear, we're only going to be looking at each meme for like kind of 10 seconds or so. We'll read it out, have a laugh, and then move on to the next one, because otherwise we'll be here for hours. And I'll do Kaz's artwork afterwards. Good, thanks. Just about recovered from that incredible MCM Comic Con. Yeah, it was great, wasn't it? All right, so here we go with some of the memes. So others place into Manny Stone, panic, I erase it, calm. They bring it back with Draco Graveyard, panic again. Yeah, Draco Graveyard and Cinnamon Stone is a big combo. Hey bro, look what I wrote. Raiders needs a buff. The child. Me every season, going Achrom or Chroma. So the common theme here with some of these memes, folks, is the palette Raiders, which has been a very strong palette recently. But Freezer's come out, and Freezer's now causing ripples as well. Build a palette without Sintamani Stone or draw 25. These are all in the Discord as well, should you guys want to come back to this at a later date. I made this one. Funguar is best boy. Changed my mind. Clearly he's the best boy. Have a cool idea for a palette, spend hours perfecting it, it loses every game. That sums up me playing in the community. I spend so long building amazing palettes and then just get destroyed by the amazing community out there. Oh yeah, there we go. There's a gif of Echo, who was one of the original masterminds behind Raiders. A well synergized color palette. Throne room, stopping all cyan. This one is one of my favorites, just purely because this is a lot of people in the Discord. This is where I put my Draco promo card, if I had one. The other player has more than one card out. Now's a great time to play Smear Smash. Speaking of Smear Smash, this GIF had to be in there as well. That sums up every deck building game. Yeah, pretty much. I'm only on 20 shards. I could play my legendary, or I could just double trade to win. This one is for you guys in the chat right now. You don't need another palette. You need plenty. All of us. Yeah, we're very upset. We just want that extra palette. This one again is one of my favorites. Achroma Community. I just think they're neat. Everyone loves Fungwa. Yeah, I only have 14 palettes. It's just not enough. Me building a cool deck. Raiders. I bet he's thinking about other women. This is everybody now. Now that we've released the fact that the next Grand Tournament is in December, everybody's going to be going to sleep going, how can I beat Raiders? How can I do it? All reliable, Sintamani Stone. Who would win? A well-balanced Acrom deck? A literal child. Because it will be the child. This one made me giggle. Remember when Murky Manor was a good card? Pepperidge Farm remembers. A lot of people like Murky Manor. Why is it that something happens? It's always you three, Pure, Ray, and Sintamani Stone. I know Lewis posted this one. When you go to play some multiplayer Chroma, but you're the only Acrom player, yeah, you're going to have a tough time. Yeah, child every time. 2 shard bounce, 6 shard character stacked with many objects. Not going to have a good day. I remember when bounce first came out, everybody thought it was a so-so card, but it is genuinely brilliant against stacked characters. And again, Giant Prism, canvas full of Acrom characters. Moonveil Harpy, thanks you for your Dark Rainbow. Yeah, comboing Dark Rainbow and Moonveil Harpy is disgusting. Finally played your Legendary? Fireball. And you know what? That meme kind of sums up a little bit about... it's actually one of the things I really like about Chroma. It's what I tell a lot of new players. I love the fact that you could be playing against somebody who has like the biggest canvas that you think, oh, there's no way I can come back. You could just play one card like Smear, Smash, or Fireball, and suddenly the game is transformed. I love this one. So this is like, you do get some complex palettes with like secrets. So yeah, so quickly, before my turn starts, I'll use Luxmorn Lighthouse to reveal all 5 secrets underneath it. One of those is your factory production line, which reveals my stone, which digs for your legendary that I just erased using this fireball. Your legendary stays until I find an object and attach it for free, which will be Acrom Converter, which I use to erase your rare. And the other secrets are all Acrom characters and pure, so I use that to get you down to 1 shard. Then I start by drawing my card. Yeah, secrets do be like that. I like this one. Simple. Traders working out if they can win from turn 12. It is possible. Oh, sorry, not from turn 12. From 12 shards. Save for holiday, rent, or get your 6th Feasto box. We all know you're going to press the blue button. Can't freeze my cards if I don't play any cards. Yeah, Raiders. There we go again, trading. Acer palettes and Lost Fairies palettes. They're basically the same thing. You asleep? Almost. How many Hames did we need again? You can never have too many Haim Shard Caches. They're a great card. Acron Breach, people buying the HOD expansion. HOD. Poor Craven's Katana. There is good palettes to play with them, but not many people like it. A 1 shard Cave Spider. 6 shard Legendary. That poisonous do be scary. How I feel playing against Freeze palettes. How I feel playing Freeze palettes. I'm surprised that, what's his name? Frozone? It wasn't an image there. Oh, I like this one. Yeah, Tenebrous, Lost Fairies, Donicus, Dexter, and then Vortigan in the corner. Well, Vortigan just doesn't get too much love. Maybe in the next few weeks we can have some people build some Vortigan palettes, because he is a good card. People just prefer Tenebrous over him. I like this one too. Obviously, for context, Acer and Apollo are heavily action palettes, and Boom basically stops actions from happening. So I do like that one. Me on the Achroma store. What about a couple more Hames? Freeze palettes are fun, I should know. Yeah, freeze is incredible. It's, in my opinion, one of the most powerful keywords we've brought out so far. It's great. Raiders on 24 shards? It's not like you've got a lab coat in hand, right? Right? They almost certainly do. For my group of friends there, Sacrificial Uwu? No, Sacrificial Uwu. I still want to see fan art of that. Pure or Achroma Breach, which do I play first? I like that one. Mark safe from Raiders today. How many people are going to be able to say that at the Grand Tournament, maybe? Me, any palette I create. Haim Sharkash. Again, it's a great card. Put it into anything, it will do you good. When the other player is going first and they draw and end their turn. Yeah, that's when you get a little bit sus going, you're playing Achroma, aren't you? Type of headaches. Migraine, hypertension, stress, Raiders. I should have counted how many of these memes were just Raiders. Achroma players in a multiplayer game. Yeah, you got to take out one at a time. There's no other way to win. The new players in the narrative event, Chroma fight for the good side or Achroma? You know what? I do love it when we get a new player in the Discord during the new start of the season, and you do get some players that just go. Sorry, you'll get people in the community going, come to the dark side, come to the light side. You do get actually like a war on how can we recruit new people into our side. Player with Draco Graveyard. If I had a nickel for every time Pure is played, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that's happened twice. Very good combo, Pure and Draco Graveyard. Inside you, there are 2 wolves. Play Achroma Breach Pixies. Play nice with the new players. You do have to be nice with the new players. We don't want to just suddenly hit them with the biggest, baddest palettes. Ruba Draco and Prismstone, first turn. The Drake's in my hand, waiting so I can steal it. You know what? That's one of my favorite things to do is create a hybrid palette that has Chroma and Achroma. Start with Chroma cards so they get under the false impression of, oh, they're playing Chroma. That means I can leave myself really low. And then next turn you suddenly play all your Achroma cards and win early. And I think this is the last one. Achroma, new players embracing the dark side. So there we go. There is all of the Achroma memes. Well done to everybody that created those. They are a right laugh. If you want to see more of them, they're all in the Discord. If you want to see them all again, you can see them all in the Discord. And just because we did it for 1 week, feel free to create more. Oh, wait, your last one. Oh, sorry, there is one more. There we go. It kind of sums it up. Making regular memes. Making Achroma memes. There we go. No, I almost forgot it. I almost forgot Lewis, but we got back in. But yeah, so well done to everyone made those. Now, apart from all the memes, we did actually have some last-minute fan art as well. So again, talking about Achroma.tools, which, you know, I should probably zoom in here because I probably shouldn't have your code on screen. At Achroma.tools, Lewis has made a fan art prompt. So if there's any artists out there that really want to do some Achroma fan art, but you don't want, you know, you don't have the inspiration, you don't know what to draw. So what you can do on Achroma.tools now is you can generate a prompt and it will generate you a character, a location, an action, and an object randomly. And then you have to then draw something based on that. So Kaz, who I believe is Lewis's partner, has did the first prompt. So this is Nue, Varsolaris, Bruscavi Rage, and Civ Shield. And this is what Kaz made from it. So you got Nue, Varsolaris, Civ Shield, and I really like how she did the Achroma Rage almost like claw marks all over the Draco Temple and Civ Shield. Really nice piece of artwork. I quite like it, and I just love the idea of combining 4 random cards to do it. So really good idea there, Lewis, and really nice drawing by Kaz. And I appreciate you just said you haven't made it public yet, but it looks like there will be some interest in it. So yeah, really nice artwork, Kaz. Thank you very much for submitting that at the last minute. Always love to see fan art. And I should mention that if any of you do any fan art, then please make sure you post it in our Discord under the fan art channel, as we'd love to see the fan art and we will always show it on stream, no matter how, you know, much time you've taken on it. We've literally had napkin drawings before, so don't feel like you have to be a good artist to do so. Yeah, it's really awesome. Funny how I picked 2 Draco and 2 Norso, yeah. Cool, you'll polish up tomorrow and post it. Fantastic. So there we go. That is all of the fan art for today. To finish off the stream, we always like to do a palette building challenge. So every week I set a new palette building challenge for you guys in the community. Now this one is going to be really good for new players in the community. So last week's challenge was to create a legal canvas palette, or the best legal canvas palette you could, but you were only allowed to use the standard cards for the Chronicle. So no expansion cards, no realmless cards. Essentially, you know, if I was a new player that went out and only bought a couple of boxes of Draco, what palettes should I build? So we've got 6 entries today. You forgot to send them. If you send them really quickly, I might be able to get them on stream. If not, they will be in Discord. So this first entry is from Echo. This is a Draco Temple palette using a mixture of the Draco Defenders as well as the Denizens. I will bring up Echo's write-up for this one. So what did Echo write about this one? He wrote... it uses Denizens of Arcosphere and Draco Defenders only, so you only need to buy 2 palettes to build this palette. You have a lot of control cards with the use of Chromatic Extinction and Breath of Ice, and also Breath of Fire as well. There are 6 dragons, which make up quite a bit of... it's a small range of characters, but each one has either a really strong resolve or action. Lost Fairies is there to be able to get your free actions, and there's loads of really good actions to make it worth it, like Rummage and Restless Research and Research Collection. And then all of your locations are in there to be able to get your natural gain. But essentially, the main play around this is Vast Volataris. So +1 for each card in your hand. So essentially, you use Lost Fairies to play these research cards to get loads of cards in your hand. And then suddenly you drop Vast Volataris and win. So yeah, a really good Denizens palette, strong control, good characters, good locations with a really nice synergy. So great job there, Echo. The second one is also from Echo, so this is from the Spirata realm. So this utilizes cards from only 2 palettes. So again, this is from the Chroma Squadron and Flutterby faculty. So again, you only need to buy 2 palettes to be able to make this. So what Echo says about this palette is it gets full usage out of the biggest chroma hitters in the game. This palette contains a huge amount of gain provided by the 9 fairy painters, including Copper Joss. These cards are supported by the Flutterby faculty fire tenders who can, who can find a card with red. So they can be used to either find a defensive position or a full palette if you need it. You've got some solid locations with Blueprint Swell for some gain and some lost property for the prevent and being able to find that lovely Prism Sprayer. And it's rounded out with some nice control cards thanks to Bounce and Giant Prism as well. So yeah, it's a really nice, well-rounded painter build there. So if you've only recently picked up Spirata, really nice palette to try. I should mention all of these you can find in the Canvas forum of the Discord if you want to see these at a later date. Next then I have... so this next one is from Lewis in the Discord. No, it's not. I think, did I miss Lewis's? Oh, no, there we go. I just skipped it. So this one is from Lewis. So Lewis has done another one from from Spirata. This one is a mixture of the Fallen Pixies and a little bit of Chroma Squadron. So it's an Achroma palette, but I think the point of this one is it's a really strong Achroma palette, but it does have a few cards that you can use to gain that Chroma, because one of the biggest things that new players struggle with Achroma palettes is being able to gain at the same time. So you've got Wincy in here for a bit of gain, you've got some painters in there, Blueprint Swirl is fantastic for gaining, and a couple of full palettes as well for that sudden burst of gain. But otherwise, it's a really strong Pixie palette with Spiral and Serrano, great combos, Acron Corruptor for control, Throne Room for controlling other people from gaining, your standard array of Pixies, Castle Gates to be able to dig for those Pixies, and Infirmary. So essentially, you've got 4 cards that allow you to get your Spiral back. So you effectively could play your Legendary 5 times in one game. It's the Legendary that just keeps coming back. You got some good control cards in there with Skynet and Role Reversal. I think the idea here is you probably would play your Trainee Painter to get your Splat, Resolve, and then Role Reversal. So you'd be giving your opponent a Trainee Painter, but then getting one back. Yeah, Rachel particularly likes this palette because it is very Acron. But yeah, the fact that Spiral just won't be able to be erased with all of that dig is very, very good. And I like the fact there's a Giant Prism in there, because Giant Prism erases all characters with any Acron and +2 for each card. So Giant Prism, I imagine, is probably in this palette as a trade, because if you were to play Giant Prism, chances are you're actually going to wipe out a lot of your own cards. But keep in mind that this is a bit of a hybrid palette, so you could win by draining your opponent to 0, but you could win by getting up to 30. Now, let's say that you were currently on, I don't know, 24 shards. You didn't have enough to win this game, but you did have 4 Acrom characters out. You could play Giant Prism, for 5, that would wipe out all of your Achroma characters, but then you'd gain +2 for every Achroma character you wiped out, plus all your opponents. So you could actually win a game, as Lewis says, by wiping out your own pixies. I'm sure Rachel doesn't want to hear that, but yeah, Giant Prism is either in there as a panic button to win the game quickly, or it's there to also just trade for 5 shards. So yeah, a really good Achroma Pixies palette there by Lewis. Thank you very much for submitting that one. Next then, this is from Linkbot in the Discord. Thank you, Linkbot, for submitting this one. So this is from Warriors of Wishwell. This looks like it is a palette made of the Lakringi Shield Maidens, and there's also some cards in there from the Norso Traders, and I think there's even a couple of cards in there from the Achroma Trolls as well. So let's see, what are the rares here? We got Astrid with Lakringi Gardens and Leaf Lakringi. These two are always a great combo. Action, draw a card, draw 2 cards for every location if he's on your palette, and sorry, if in your canvas. And Leaf gets +2 for every location on your canvas if you have gardens out. So these two just link together really well. What other rares have we got? We've got Torstein's Gauntlet, which is always a really good object to use. You get +1 for every character and location on your canvas, and the Gauntlet can only be erased if the character's erased. It's a really strong rare. And what's the last rare we've got here? Oh, and Civ. Yeah, Civ is a fantastic rare to combo in with Shield Wall. So we've got your usual array of some really good trolls. I noticed we've got a couple of extra trolls as well. The traders themselves, you know, the fact you may trade, there isn't really many cards in here that you'd probably want to trade, but I imagine the reason the Lakringi Trader is in there, because they are a holder troll. If you look at Chief's Astrid, she gets +2 for every holder troll on your canvas. So playing Lakringi Trader would only cost you 1 to play, but you're going to be getting +2 back for them, and then every turn. So that is really good as well. You've got some good locations to be able to find your holder trolls. You've got Lakringi Holder Totem, which gives you +1 for every holder troll on your canvas. And how many of which you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 potential trolls. I appreciate some of them are heroic. But yeah, there's a lot of gain potential there. That's really cool. And I like the fact that you've still got some control cards. You've got the couple of Falling Stalactites and a couple of Briscavi Rages. So you can do some control. Very, very good palette as well. I really like that one as well. Well done for Linkerbot for submitting that one. And then we have a Curdle Hill one. This one is from Dickon in the Discord. So this is a really nice, again, Chroma hybrid using the legendary Isadora. Now, I quite like hybrids of Isadora. Isadora is a legendary that is naturally steel 2, but she also gives you 1 steel for every character on your canvas, regardless of character type. So you can notice here that I can see what Dickon's gone with this one. You've got lots of really cheap characters, you know, 1 cost, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. So you've got lots of characters that are really cheap to play, but then you suddenly drop your legendary. So if you had Isadora and all of these characters out, you'd be stealing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 every turn. Now, I appreciate it's unlikely you're going to have all of the characters out, but the point being is you can drop a couple of really cheap characters, then drop your legendary and suddenly have some amazing steal potential. Rare-wise, you've got Occultist Den, which once per turn you may dig for an Occultist character. That means that if you ever lose your Isadora, you can use Occultist Den to dig for her back, which is great for repetition. But I also like that they've included Von Ruthro House in this palette. So once during your turn, you may dig for a character with any chroma and trade them. So let's say that you've lost your Isadora and you've lost your Occultist Den. If you play Von Ruthro House, once per turn, you can dig for Isadora and trade her. Effectively, Von Ruthro House becomes a +2, +6. You'd be getting +8 every turn from Von Ruthro House in this scenario. So that's a really nice way of gaining the shards you need to play the rest of your cards. Mage the Investigation, another really good rare there for some control. Again, all the characters nice and cheap. Got a couple of Muon traps for that control as well. Some cheap objects, some good locations as well. I like Curdle Cave being in there. Curdle Cave is X equals how many characters on your canvas. So you can see the whole point of this one is to build very wide with your characters, as that'd be really good. And I like some of these actions at the bottom. These are actions you want to include in every Curdle palette if you can. Abundance of Quintessence costs you 2, immediately get 5 back. Nice little burst of chroma. And Hostile Takeover. Claim a location. Hey, your opponent had just played a legendary location. Yoink, it's now yours. And a restock for some card draw for good measure. So yeah, that is a really good palette. I really rate that one. So yeah, if you maybe have the Curdle cards, but you know, looking to build a new palette, definitely have a look at that one. And the last entry I've got is from Darth. So this is another Curdle one. This one, again, is a bit of a hybrid. So we've got Kara Curdle as the legendary, which is protection from Achroma, and you get plus and prevent one for each other card on your canvas. So I imagine with this one, the premise is very similar, whereby you want to go, you've got lots of cheap characters, lots of cheap locations. The idea is you want to get loads of cards on your canvas, then suddenly drop Kara, because if you had, let's say you had 6 of these cards out, Kara is now giving you a +6 and 6 prevent, which prevent is huge in multiplayer games. So that's a really nice combo. Again, Von Ruther House, for the same reason as before, it becomes basically a +8 every turn if you've got Kara in your dregs. I love the alt art Detective Huxon here. He gives +1 for every character location in your canvas. So again, get loads of characters, loads of locations out, and he becomes really good. And Preferius is the same as well. So yeah, and then actions-wise, I like we've got Occultist Influence in this. Steal 1 for every character on your canvas. So again, it's got some big steal with a nice hostile takeover as well. Honestly, these two palettes are actually quite different, but actually very similar in play styles. So yeah, I really like them. So there we go. Those are the entries that we had this week. So if you are new to the game and you've picked up any of these sets, then I'd highly recommend checking out these palettes in the Discord, as they are genuinely these are some really strong, I would say competition-worthy palettes that you can build, and you don't need to have the expansions to build them. You could just have some of the, even if you just picked up a couple of boxes, you can build these. Thank you very much to those that submitted palettes this week, as it's really good to be able to see that in there. And again, if you want to see these palettes, you can check them out in the Discord. Thank you very much. So to finish then, hold on. Oh no, we did have a last minute entry. We had a last minute entry. I will quickly show it on stream. I did say I would do it. I will do it for you, Shah. One more entry. Quickly download it. Where is it? There we go. One last entry, and this is from Shah. They said that he did build it, but just didn't post it. So this is, actually, that's quite nice, actually, because did we have a Draco Temple? No, we did. So this is hey, look, we got Vortigern. We had that meme that Vortigern wasn't being played very much, and we have a Vortigern. Great to see. So, let's see, what's Shah built with this one? So we've got Vortigern, who allows you to choose 2 colors and erase all of them, so a very good control legendary. We've got Materno, who allows you to protect any characters on your palette with 2 or less. So I imagine that, as you can see, Shah has put in a lot of characters that have 2 or less shards. So the idea is you play all of these characters, and then obviously protect them with Materno. That's really good. I like how you've also got Achroma Balanium, who gives protection to any Achroma. So again, your Achroma characters get almost like, that's 2 rares that can give protection. I like that. And then you've got 2 very strong other rares as well around control. Obviously characters, they all speak for themselves. They've got good, good control, good resolve, good card draw. A nice strength in numbers, always a good card to have, +2 for every dragon. There's only 10 dragons. Okay, that's quite a lot of dragons. Yeah, that's really good. Materno, the card was giving our game nightmares. Yeah, Materno, especially Dexter Materno combo is brutal. Yeah, Materno is such a strong card. Yeah, Breath of Ice in there as well. I like the Achroma Claw. Achroma Claw is such an underrated card. I was playing a game the other day with Yellow Wolf and Luna and her partner, and I got out the Dexter Materno combo, which, for those that don't know, Dexter Materno gives a protection loop, and it's just so difficult to beat. The only real way to beat it is poisonous. Literally the next turn, Luna had an Achroma Claw, played it on her Impious Drake, and attacked into Materno, and got rid of her. So yeah, great card there as well. Yeah, hence my point. Yeah, exactly. Dragon Defenses and Drake Ambush. Those 2 cards can be quite specific, because if you're not playing against dragons or drakes, it can be difficult. But it's one of those cards that if you don't get an opportunity to play it, it's a really good trade card. Never turn your nose up at 4 shards for trade. Yeah, exactly, Shah. I actually rate those cards quite highly in Draco for that reason, just as trade fodder. Monastery Nest, great card. Draco Graveyard, again, so many people don't realize the power of this card. Once during your turn, you can discard 2 cards and dig 1. So you could throw away your Dragon Defense and Drake Ambush, dig for your Vortigern, and then replay your Vortigern to get his action again. So yeah, Draco Graveyard is a great card to be able to replay some really important cards. And then a couple of sacrifice cards as well. So yeah, I really rate that one as well. I like that one, Shah. And as you said, it's your first, one of your first palettes. And actually, for one of your first custom palettes, I really rate this. I quite like it. It's a good palette. Well done. So there we go. Those are all of the palettes that people have made this week. Now, before we end the stream, I do have the palette challenge for this week. So this week, as I have just announced the Grand Tournament that is going to be coming in a matter of a month or so. I mean, we're literally just over a month before the Grand Tournament. Let's see what you guys can come up with. So this week's palette building challenge, it is leaning a little bit more towards people that have more cards, but I want you guys to build the best legal canvas palette from any realm, using any cards that are legal, that you think has the best possible chance of beating Raiders. Now, for those who don't know, Raiders is one of the, palettes that's done really well in the last few tournaments. They're not unbeatable, but they are a very strong palette. So to try and give people that are maybe it's their first tournament ideas of, what could be coming, let's have a week of building as many palettes as you guys can think of that you think are going to have a strong chance of beating Raiders. So I will put a post in the Discord post stream, and I want you guys to get as creative as you can, having a look at how to try and beat Raiders. So Raiders move one card change. Hey, possibly whatever you can do to beat Raiders, do as you can. So there we go. That is the plan for this week's. So there we go. This has been a really, really good weekly live stream. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. So as a bit of a recap, we've had some really big news around the fact the pins are coming out. So make sure to check out the Discord because we're going to be voting on the pins over the next few days. We've got loads of events coming, including the Grand Tournament, so make sure to pick up your tickets for those. We had a really good Realm Table topic. If you missed the Realm Table topic, then make sure to go and listen back to that. We spoke about the potential looking at single cards. We looked at some of the first reveals of Spirata Chapter 2, which are very exciting. They will be posted in the Discord after stream as well. And we had a really fun community showcase at the end, showing all the Achroma memes, some of the awesome artwork, and palette builds that you guys created. But yeah, thank you very, very much for you guys being in stream. Obviously, for those that are live in stream, thank you very much. It's what makes these streams really fun, having that community engagement. So thank you if you've been here live, but also thank you if you've watched this back on the recording, as we always appreciate you guys engaging with us as well. Feel free to leave comments if you are watching the recording. We still do see them and answer them if you have any points to make. But otherwise, thank you very much. Let me read out a little bit of the chat before I go as well. Materna was a nuts card, to be fair. Yeah, she's awesome. I use deck to Materna combo. It's mint. It is very good. Vortigan is technically a dragon. Yeah, very true as well. Have a good evening, everyone. Check out the Meteor Shower. Oh, I didn't know that. Nutritious. Thank you very much. Which are Raiders again? There's I'll let you know in Discord. Just cope with it. There's a article that I can link you to that shows you what Raiders is. In fact, you know what? Just cope. In the actual Discord post that I do, that is for the custom palettes, I will link to an article what shows what Raiders is, so that you know what Raiders is. My question is, my question I've had since before playing some TC. Oh, I see, yeah. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you again for the next weekly live stream next week. Thanks very much, guys. All the best. I've been, I was about to say my old channel name then. I have been Charles Barton, otherwise known as Viridian, and I'll see you for the next Achroma Weekly live stream. Bye now.